couple of cards to share with you guys quickly today. And they're both with the mini Gorjuss Girl stamps. And the second one's going to be a small shaker. So this one here, I colored her up with my Inktense pencils. And this is the first time that I've tried to do black hair with any markers or pencils, I think. But definitely the first time with the Inktense pencils. So I used the colors Natural Gray and the color, whichever one is the black. And I put 2 layers of the gray and 2 layers of the black and tried to leave some highlighted areas. So I spent a lot of time on it. I think next time I'd be able to do it a little bit quicker. But I do like the way that it came out. So that's definitely possible to do with the Inktense pencils. The other thing I really focused on with her is I wanted to try and make the bottom of her dress here where it's lavender look three-dimensional. So I spent a lot of time on that. And in comparison to the first time I colored her, I think I was successful in making it look a little bit more three-dimensional on the bottom. So I cut her out with the stitch die, and then I also cut out this frame with the stitch die, and I ran it through my Big Shot in a floral embossing folder, and then colored all of those little flowers with my Inktense pencils as well, with the same colors that I used in her dress. And I put some little dots in the background and gave her a little shadow area to stand on. And then this little wish sentiment, these are glittered sticker letters that I picked up last week when all of the Heidi Swap stuff was on sale. So I picked those up in black and gold. And I really like them because they, you know, they're just little puffy letters, and they have, oops, there we go. They're just little puffy letters, and they don't have, you know, any sticker or anything sticking out from them. So I really like those. And then for papers, this is the Prima Epiphany set back behind her, and at the top it says, by the light of the moon she gathered bachelor buttons, and bachelor buttons are little flowers, so I thought that went really cute with the flower border. And then this other paper in the background is from this American Craft set of like all different types of dictionary and script paper, and I love this because there's 8 of each design. So even if you use 2 pieces making 1 card, you still have several pieces left, which is nice. So on the inside then, I just layered some, a little bit of the leftover Prima piece with the American Craft piece, and then just did another cutout. I'm finding that when I use watercolor paper for where I'm gonna write a note to someone, I flip it over and use the more flat side for the piece that I'm going to write on, because it's just easier to write on with a pen because it doesn't have, it's not quite as bumpy. So this card, I had just finished it, and Anya's sitting here with me, and I said, this reminds me so much of your friend Sophia, which is a really good friend of hers, one of her best friends. And she said, well, Sophia's birthday's tomorrow and I don't have anything for her, and her favorite color is purple. So that's why I wanted to get this video done quickly, because I believe we're going to be giving this card to Sophia tomorrow. I'll probably make her a pair of earrings quickly to go with it. So I hope you guys like that one. And then the next one is this little one. She's number 2. This, I think, is my favorite image. I really love this image. Well, I shouldn't say favorite. I have several favorites within this collection, but this is the You Brought Me Love. Probably my top 3 are Ladybird, this one, and then the little one where she's sitting on the wire. So I ended up making a little shaker out of this. This card could not be more different than my original thoughts. It took me quite a while to make this because I kept changing my plan. There's a little pile of leaves here, and so this will be like a fall card, and there's a little squirrel hanging on to one of the leaves. But I colored her as well with my Inktense pencils. I used a transparency sheet as my like acetate there, and I like the way it came out okay. I will say that the transparency sheet is not crystal clear like regular acetate is. I mean, it works just fine, but it has just this tiniest like off-white hue. So just keep that in mind if you're going to use those. I again cut out a frame with the stitch dies, and the paper in the background here is the ombre paper from Michael's that was with the Color Splash ombre paper. And so I took one of the blue to white ombre pieces, and then the bottom of it I just added some green ink and then added some distressed ink as well around the frame to kind of coordinate with that background piece. And then just kept the inside pretty simple. I did cut out and color some leaves and added a few more sequins there. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention about this card, and this is really little, I wasn't crazy about the way her eyes were looking, and so I took a tiny bit. I picked up this last week as well. I wanted to try this out, but I took just a tiny bit of paint and put the little white dots in her eyes, and I know it's something really little, but it did make a big difference in the way that her eyes looked. So, all right, you guys, I hope you're having a super great week, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.